Hey everyone, today's video is about when he gives you hickeys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's get going. You and Bakugou had been dating for a few months now, and you were head over heels in love. He was everything you had ever wanted in a boyfriend. He was strong, protective, and passionate, but most of all, he made you laugh whenever he could. One day, you were walking home from school together when Bakugou suddenly grabbed you and pulled you into an alleyway. "What are you doing?" you asked, confused. "I'm going to give you a hickey," he said, matter-of-factly. "A hickey?" you repeated, blushing. "But why? And here?" "Because I want to," he said, "and because I know that you'll like it. Especially here." He leaned in and kissed you, his lips hard and demanding. You kissed him back, your heart racing. When he pulled away, he had left a small red mark on your neck. "There," he said, satisfied. "Now everyone will know that you're mine." You smiled and touched the hickey. "I love it," you said. Baku smiled back. "I'm glad. Now let's go home." You linked arms together and walked out of the alleyway, feeling happy and loved. The next day, you went to the school with the hickey proudly on display. Everyone noticed it, of course, and they all started whispering. You knew what they were saying, that you and Bakugou were a couple, and that you were very much in love. You didn't care what they said. You were happy, and that was all that mattered to you. Later that day, Bakugou came up to you during lunch break. "I like the hickey. It looks good on you. Suits you, actually." You blushed. "Thanks. I like it too. I'm glad you do. Now, let's get to eat, okay?" You smiled and took his hand. You then walked to the cafeteria together, feeling happy and loved, hearing all the whispers around you but just ignoring them. The hickey was a reminder of your love for Bakugou, and you were proud to wear it. It was a symbol of your relationship, and it made you feel special. You and Bakugou continued to date, and your love for each other only grew stronger. The hickey was a reminder of your love, and it was something that you would cherish forever. One day, you were at the mall with Bakugou when you saw a group of villains staring at you. You knew that they were talking about the hickey, and you felt your face flush. "Don't worry about them. They're just jealous," he said, putting his arm around you. You smiled and leaned into him. You were glad that he was there for you, and you knew that you could always count on him. The hickey was a small price to pay for being with Bakugou. He was the love of your life, and you would do anything to be with him. The month passed, and you and Bakugou continued to grow closer, and the hickey was a reminder of your love for each other. It was a symbol of your commitment, and it made you feel loved and cherished. One day, you were looking through photos when you came across a picture of yourself with the hickey. You smiled as you remembered the day, and you felt a wave of nostalgia wash over you. You and Bakugou had been through a lot together, but your love for each other had only grown stronger. The hickey was a reminder of that love, and it was something that you would cherish forever. You smiled as you looked at the picture. It was a reminder of the time when you were young and carefree, and you were in love for the first time. You remembered the day Bakugou had looked at you that day with such passion and intensity. You remembered the way he had kissed you, and the way he had made you feel. You sighed and put the picture away. You were no longer that young girl, but you were still in love with Bakugou. Your love had only grown stronger over the month, and you knew that it would last forever. You thought about all the things you had been through together. You had laughed together, cried together, and supported each other through thick and thin. You had built a life together, and you were partners in crime, best friends, and lovers. You knew that you were lucky to have Bakugo in your life. He was literally your everything. You loved him more than anything in the world. You looked up at the clock and saw that it was going to be late. You had to get going, but you didn't want to leave the picture. You took it out again and looked at it one last time. Then you put it away and went to bed. As you drifted off to sleep, you thought about Bakugo. You knew that you would love him forever. The next morning, you woke up to the smell of breakfast cooking. You got out of bed and went to the kitchen, where Bakugo was making pancakes for you. "Good morning," he said, smiling at you. "Morning," you replied, kissing him on the cheek. He sat down on the table, and Bakugo served your breakfast. You ate hungrily, and then you helped Bakugo clean up the kitchen. After breakfast, we went for a walk together, and it was a beautiful day, and the sun was shining. You walked hand in hand, talking and laughing. As you walked, you thought about the story you had read. It had reminded you of your own love story. With Bakugo, you were so grateful to have him in your life. He was your everything. You knew that your love would last forever. Thank you guys for listening. If you like this video, I am going to talk. I'm going to ramble. So, like a few days ago, I went out with my uncle, and we had the best time of my life ever. Like, it was literally the best day I've ever had. Ever. We went skating, or I with them, yeah? And we went, you know, those things that you jump on? I don't know what to call them. Like, those, they look like trampolines. Trampoline, is that what you call it? I think. Well, literally, like, it's like a whole floor with just jump pads, and you just jump from one to the other. It's a kind of a parkour, but it's not parkour at all. And then there's this like blocks, these blocks up, and you just have to jump from like the jump pad onto the block. I could not do that because my hand was sweating, so I couldn't grip on the thing. So I failed. Well, anyway, if any of you guys have any ideas to tell me, please comment them because I'm running out of ideas. And I really need to better my ideas. I feel like I'm repeating them and I really need help. So, if you have any ideas, not Kiribaku ones only, you could just write Bakugo or Kiribaku. I don't really care. Just write them down and I'll take a look. Anyways, thank you guys for listening and goodbye!